doesn't fit to the story that my daughter is in this crowd, okay? So a lot of presentations the last months, weeks, and years. And honestly, I'm pretty nervous today because it's maybe the most famous audience I've ever seen with my wife and my daughter here, okay? So we start. What do you think? We want to talk about growth hacking stuff. We want to talk about some data stuff. We heard some really interesting talks before from Ben and the colleague before, how to, I call this like deep data nerd shit. Okay, so she doesn't understand English. So that's the reason why I can do this, right? And she hates when we start speaking English. Okay, what do you think? Did I had sex last night? Everybody understood this? Okay. So hands up. Who thinks I had sex last night? 3, 4. You could watch my wife, right? What she is doing. Okay. Okay. Now we change the situation. And if you know, I brought my wife with me to Slovenia, to this beautiful place here. Next question. How many people do think I had sex last night? Okay. And if I would say we change the situation again, I brought my wife and my daughter. We are living in the same hotel room for sure because she's 3.5. You would say, okay, probably not. And not because of the reason we are married. Yeah? Okay. We want to talk about data and always think, okay, there's on the one hand all the growth hacking data nerd shit. I love it, but I think it's really pretty hard. And on the other hand, I would say, okay, it's even more, let's do the basics again. And I want to talk with you about the basics, and I'm pretty sure 70, 80% of you are doing the basics still wrong. Me too, okay? That's me. I wrote a book. I think he said everything. I'm doing the growth hacking coaching stuff. I made up to 70 coaching sessions in the last 12 months with startups, with SME businesses, with big, much too big corporates. Why much too big? Because they are just listening and they can't do anything with it because they are stuck in their organization, okay? But that's what I do. And everything I want to tell you today is based on that experience of 70 coaching sessions. And I have no idea which newspapers you read. Maybe some of you heard about the Harvard Business Review or the Manager magazine or Forbes or what the fuck, which newspapers are going on. I think there's no one without the cover where is something written on like big data. Who heard about big data so far? Who doesn't? Okay, cool. What about the other 50%? You need coffee or something, okay? Big data. So everything is about data. And if you do a workshop with the real big corporates, they say, okay, Hendrik, come on, what you're talking, the nerd stuff, the real growth hacks, they are not that important because we are really rich because we have so many data. The big insurances from Germany, for instance, they say we have no problem so far because we have all the data of the users of the last 30, 40 years. We know their development, their personal development. We know if they are married and everything else. And I always say, okay, I think you have a shit. Because maybe you have a big database with all the data in it. Yeah? But first point, you're too stupid to ask the right question you want to get out of the data. What is the business relevant question you want to get out of your data? Yeah, we could talk about data warehouses and the best tools and so on. But the first thing is, think about your question. What do you want to know? We could start with Google Analytics to say, okay, a long duration time on your website. Everybody, we need long duration times. Put on the YouTube videos on your landing page to increase the duration time, right? We say, okay, but if it is a form, is it still right that you want to increase the duration time? I would say no, right? So everybody's talking about this. And first point was, you're too stupid to ask the right question. And the second point is, if you know the right question, you're too stupid to get it out from the technical point of view because of the tools or because of whatever. You're not able to do some SQL requests or whatever. Yeah? First, the right question. Second, get it out. Yeah? Pretty easy. So that's basic, right? But do we do that right all the day? For me, I don't. Okay, one question. What is it? Where's the mistake? Come on, shout out. Ben, what is it? 100, 200, 300. There are some beautiful charts. We love this. You can get it out of every tool. No x-axis, completely right. I was always pretty good in math, okay? And I remember there was one exam. I had a really, really bad degree. Do you know why? Because I just forgot to tell the math teacher what is the x-axis and the y-axis. Who did this as well once upon a time and got a bad degree because of this? I was so angry to him because everything else was completely right. But for today, when we talk about data and when we have to use the data, I would say he's completely right. Because if you're a boss or you're a leader or you're doing really the crazy online marketing shit, and there comes your teammate and shows you that beautiful hockey stick figure, what can you do with this? Nothing. So you could do this. Maybe it's a little bit better, yeah? June, July, maybe you could interpret it by yourself, but we need this. We need time and users, or euros, or satisfied users, or activated users. It's basic. But ask the right questions, get out of the database from the technical point of view, and third, to visualize data so that everybody in this room can understand. That's a challenge. Not more, not less. So in my team, in my former job, I always said, okay, we need valid data for valid decisions. If you do your analytics stuff, like I do for my new company now, because I'm a startup, I have to do sales and not analytics, yeah? I do it not 100% valid. I would say if you don't do it 100% valid, let it be. Focus on something else. That's my personal interpretation. So growth hacking is here in the middle. There's always the question, what the fuck is growth hacking? So who has an idea what growth hacking is? Come on, hands up. Who can explain? You? What is it?
I'm not sure if I can explain it, but let's say...
Nobody can, so it can't be wrong.
It's setting up a goal and then reverse engineering.
Yeah. Yeah, it's one of the descriptions. Anybody else? Did you get this? Set up a goal and reverse engineer to the starting point, right? Something like this. Another idea? Yeah?
Grow without budgets.
Sorry?
Grow without budgets.
Yeah, grow without budget. So budget is always the theme of budget, right? I always say, okay, for me, the most important thing is the right skills. We need the right skills. Maybe we are an expert in, we are a good coder, or we are a newsletter guy, or we are the best in copywriting, or doing the data stuff, or whatever. But at least, I would say, if we want to survive in this digitization age, everybody's talking about on the Manager magazine, you remember, is we need all these disciplines for ourselves, or at least in our team. If you work for an agency, for a corporate, or in your startup, or as a freelancer, you need these disciplines. There must be a person who does this. Yeah? And first, we're talking about marketing, for sure. But then we're talking about data. We say you can track everything today. Ben had a beautiful presentation before with a lot of tools, like Segment, like Zapier, or whatever. HubSpot, CRM, software, around and around. Hotjar, we met Philo. It's about data. You can track everything, but I always say track the right things. Track not everything. Track what you need to track, and not because of the legal point of view. That's another story, okay? Please not today. Use the data, and then in the end, technology. Everything is about technology. Who has an Alexa at home? Amazon Alexa. Well, it's just 4 or 5. Okay, then we skip this. That makes no sense. Okay, and that's where, who knows the T-shape model? Yeah? So that means it's like a T, yeah, like the letter, a T. You need all these skills, and you have to be really broad. So at least maybe from 5 stars, 1 or 2 stars for all these disciplines. I always say it's like, so that we could have lunch together and talk about coding, or talk about voice search, or talk about whatever. Just the minimum set of skills in each discipline. Yeah? That's a T. You have to be broad. And then it's a T with a vertical line where you say, okay, but you have to have one specialty. One. And I would say then you are completely on the right track to survive the next 10 business years. Okay. There's one point, Excel. Who loves Excel? Or Google Docs or whatever. Sorry? Yeah, it's good enough. I would say for 80, 90% of the things you are doing, Excel would be probably enough. Or Google Docs, whatever it is, yeah? You know what I mean. Spreadsheets, Excel. We have to be really, really skilled in Excel. Visualizing data, and so on and so on. Excel is important. If there's someone who says, no, I don't like Excel, I would say, you don't come in my team. So easy it is. Okay. Question. Who would say his or her analytics data are 100% valid? Nobody? Ben?
No. I'm happy with 80.
You're happy with 80. Who's happy with 80 as well? 80%. Who has less than 80? That's a problem, huh? Right? And we are talking about the basics, not about the nerd shit. We're talking about the basics. And everybody says, okay, maybe 80. That's a problem. So, basics. The chart, I would say everybody has this chart, of course. It's Google Analytics. If you click on customer acquisition and overview, you get this one. And I don't want to explain today because we have a digital marketing conference, right? If you do a corporate workshop, you have to explain everything. It's a mess. Yeah? Organic search, referrals, direct, paid search, other, what Google can't do, display, and social. Acquisition, where are the users come from? You know that, right? Yes? Good. Then, next point, what do the users do? Click on that, and you can see which pages do they visit, what do they do, what are their bounce rates, and so on and so on. And then in the end, now we talk a little bit about growth hacking. It's a conversion tracking. Really easy, basic, again, where we say, okay, here in the organic search, the users convert to our goal, whatever the goal is, maybe a download of a free PDF or a freemium, whatever it is. 0.88%, boom, 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 and here is 5%. So, question, growth hacker question. With this information that there is a channel converting 5%, what do you do with this information? Come on. Yeah? To have a look if it is a false positive. Okay. Yeah, that's a growth hacker mindset. That's completely right. Okay. Another idea. What do you do with this information that there's a pretty well converting channel? Sorry? Check the channels. And then? Do more. That's growth hacking mindset. And it's so easy. If you do it with corporates or the average marketing manager who's doing her job or his job for the last 80 years in an agency, they say, oh, we have a look at all the channels because we are the killer in the marketing mix. We learned it at university, right? To be really consistent in all marketing channels. So here's a lot of space to improve. We say, what? You can't believe because you want to be growth hackers. Yeah? But Average marketing managers say, okay, here is a lot of space to improve. We say, what? Let's stop this workshop now. If you find something like this, I would say for my startup or for every startup we coach, we go all in now. We take everything, every budget, everything what we have, and click on referrals. We have a look, where are the referrals coming from, and then we copy that idea until no end. Everything on it, because for a startup, the most of the startups doesn't find it. Never. Never. So if you find it, get rid of everything else, and then go all in. Basics. Next basic. My Facebook ad account, that are real data from this morning. There are so many figures. Results, reach, impressions, cost per result, and so on and so on. Amount spent, relevance score, 864, whatever. There were really great sessions yesterday about Facebook marketing, and they said, oh, no relevance score, we need 7, and so on. But who has the time to do this all the day? Nobody? But you should do, because I think if you want to do it really professional, you should do it all the day until your system is running, right? So that's basic again. Concentrate on the right things. I'm not able to have an overview what is going on there all day because I have to do the workshops. That's where my money comes from. Yeah? So that's important. Do the basic stuff and learn your best KPIs. So then, growth hacking is a process. That's my product. I want to concentrate with you today on the marketing channels and the tracking. We said user tracking like a boss. And Ben said it already. There's a framework. It's called AARRR metrics. AARRR, or pirate metrics. Who has heard about this before? OK, that's pretty cool. Then I can explain. And I have one example. AARRR metrics. It means we could say it's a customer lifecycle. Yeah? It's not just tracking around. It's one user, how a user, from where comes the user, on your landing page or whatever, and then he goes through your customer lifecycle funnel until he pays money. Just one example. And I want to show you a project from former times, from Trusted Jobs. It was called trustbatch.com. And that's my tracking dashboard. We invested, I think, 3 or 4 weeks to build this up. But for me, it was pretty important for convincing the stakeholders that this project will work. We needed this tracking because nobody believed me that this is a good idea. Okay, that was the reason. And I will show you. It was live data. It was a real tracking dashboard. And I loved it. First of all, for this kind of project, it was what was it? It was a review tool for online sellers. Yeah, that they collect online reviews. That's the idea. And it was a freemium model. So you can opt in for free, and then in the end, you had to make an upgrade. That's a business model behind. First of all, sessions. That means traffic from wherever. That were our channel, adverts, YouTube videos, Facebook ads, and PrestaShop. Don't care about this. So there were 35,000 visitors, I think, in 1.5 months. 100%, right? Next step, they converted with 9% on our landing page. Is it good or bad? What do you think? It's good? So freemium model. It's good? No? You see? There's yes, there's no. No idea. We have to test. If I would say we started with 3% in the first 2 weeks, and then we saw, okay, it's just 3%, we have to concentrate on that because when the people are not converting in the landing page, there will be no money in the end. And then we concentrated with some ideas on making the landing page better, and we increased it from 3 to 9. Cool. And the CEO of Trusted Jobs still said, Hendrik, I don't like your website. It has not a nice color or whatever. So, okay, yeah, that's great, but we have 9%, and I'm pretty satisfied because we started with 3. Yeah? Next point, double opt-in mail. Who likes double opt-in mails? Nobody? As a user, or as a merchant or whatever. Double opt-in mail. So we lost 22% of our converted users via the double opt-in mail. What the hell? 22%. So why? Who has an idea? Why? Sorry? Spam. One reason for sure. What else? Emotion? Promotion. Yeah, maybe? Yeah, friction. Or the email doesn't come in that 1 second where I'm testing this tool. Maybe it comes just 2 minutes later, or 5 minutes, or next morning. Yeah, then they are gone. Double opt-in email. So the idea is to think about every touch point, as well the double opt-in email, for just one example. You can go with the double opt-in email to the IT department and say, please, can you fix this? They hate you for this, because it's really, really hard tech shit. Yep, but you see, it's about marketing. And then you write in the double opt-in email, you know this, and I'm pretty sure you write it as well. If you can't click this link, please take this and copy and paste it in your browser. Do you think there's one person on this earth who did it before? I don't think so. It's not possible to copy this crypto whatever thing, yeah? Double opt-in email. Next point, now we start with the product integration. To start collecting this kind of reviews, the online seller had to take a really, really small JavaScript, like from Google Analytics, copy, paste it in your shopping cart, in your Shopify, in your PrestaShop, in your Magento, whatever it is. That was the next step the user had to do. 800 or approximately 900 are left. Is it good or bad? What do you think? Good? So it's really hard, you know, because there are so heterogeneous mass of shopping cart solutions, and you have to build tutorials for this, and there's an update, Magento 2, then you have to build a plugin or whatever. That's a really hard challenge to make the product integration right. So 900. Then the product is integrated. All others are gone. We can send some reminder emails and everything, automated if you want. But you see, it's really hard. Then the product is integrated. Then we tracked how many reviews are collected. 760 collected more than 0. That means there were active users. 180 only more than 5 reviews. And then 115 more than 10. Is it good or bad? What do you think? Really bad. Could you imagine why? What's the reason?
People try it, create one review, but it doesn't get traction.
Yeah. You just try the tool. Maybe you are you have a small website without traffic. The reviews are just, the review emails are just sent after a transaction, after an order. When you don't do orders because you are too small, yeah, you won't get reviews. So that's maybe not our problem from the product point of view, but in the end, it's a problem of our business model because the users doesn't get satisfied. You get this point? That's really important. And then in the end, for this project, it was, I think, 2 to 3 months. We made from this 25 paying users. 25. So after the 10th reviews, we know we got feedbacks and we made some interviews with the users where we said, okay, we know that's the point. If you have at least 10 reviews, you start thinking about the tool that is really cool, that there's a value in it. And then we bring them to the sales department and they close them. 25. Is it good or bad? Bitte? Horrible? Okay, horrible. If I say I paid for one of these 25, in terms of customer acquisition costs, 470 euros. What do you think? Yeah, that's a good question. So you can't say, you have to know the figures, right? So 470, that means an average customer pays per year 750 euros. Still good or still bad? What do you think? Yeah. And stays, in average, 5 to 7 years. So from now on, this project makes totally sense, right? And we could say that stakeholders have a look at this project. That makes sense. Can we please do a freemium version? That's the idea, nothing more. So okay, that's the tracking stuff. It's called AARRR metrics. Why is it called AARRR metrics? First of all, you can separate. It's just a framework you can use and not tracking around and you have no idea what your figures are. Just start doing this user tracking with the AARRR metrics funnel. First of all, we say the first A here is acquisition. Where do the users come from? From YouTube, from AdWords, and so on. And then they have to convert on your landing page, acquisition phase. Then starts the activation phase. You have to onboard the users to give them what they need, to give them what they are looking for. Then, Ben says already, the retention phase. The users has to be stuck with your product. They has to open it again and again. It depends on the product. If you are an e-commerce site, you have to send the emails to get them back, to send the coupons on everything you are doing, to do the reminder mails. Retention. Because only people who are stuck to your product in the end will pay for it, right? Because if there is no value, they won't pay for it. And if you are a really, really trustworthy product manager in your mind, you doesn't want to have users, they don't think there is value in your product. So I don't want to have. And in the end, I think that's a channel nobody's looking for, to ask for referrals. Ask your satisfied customers for referrals. Because the referrals are a really, really great, in the normal case, a really great marketing channel which comes back. Referrals are awesome, but it's pretty hard to ask for referrals because it's work. If you don't ask for referrals, I think you don't get one. Maybe you get a negative one if you don't ask. Yeah? Who asks for referrals? 5, 6 persons. So, okay, now it's 8. But you belong together? Okay, then it's 7, sorry. Yeah? Okay. AARRR metrics. There's one point from the product point of view. It's called aha moment. Who has heard about the aha moment in the product? Great. So it's the point you have to find out, where's my value? When is the first point in my customer lifecycle funnel when the users, so the first moment when my user gets the value, the real value, the first time. You have to find out. And it's pretty hard to find out. If we start thinking, brainstorming about it, I think everybody of us gets 10 moments. But the challenge is to get the first one in your customer lifecycle. Maybe it's already on your landing page. Or maybe it's in the double opt-in email because you don't send one, or whatever it is. Yeah? Find your aha moment and then focus your users to the aha moment. And not to the right, not to the left. Tweet here, share this. There's no reason for sharing if a user comes to your website the first time. They won't share. Please, let's make them the activation thing. Find your aha moment. So if you want to find your aha moment, please, let's have a chat, because I want to help you finding your aha moment. A small chat with a coffee here. I love this challenge, finding aha moments, because I was a product manager. Yeah? Okay. To sum up, tracking like a boss, top 4. It's so easy. First of all, why didn't you have sex? Okay, it's not right. Valid data for valid decisions, 100%. 100, not 80, 100%. If you don't have 100%, I would say focus on something else. Then be T-shaped. Think about all the skills you need. Copywriting. We always do the things that are most easy. Who's a really good copywriter? Yeah, where are these people who can write landing pages, cool emails, email automation stuff? Who's writing these 15 emails for the email automation funnel. Wow, it's such a hard work, right? So be T-shaped. Find people who are skilled. Then focus on the best channel. Think like a startup. They have no money. They are not able to work in the marketing mix, to be consistent in our marketing channels. They have to focus on their marketing channel with the best ROE. That's really important. And then, in the end, think about your aha moment. Have a look at your customer lifecycle and get rid of anything else what is not focused to your aha moment. Attachments here, PDFs here, and tutorials here. Focus your users to their aha moment that they got the value out of your product as soon as possible. Because only then they will get money, you will get money in the end. That's the idea. Okay, I would say that is it so far. I have another talk on the main stage at 1:15, and that was my growth hack number 5, curated out of 70 coaching sessions, number 5. If you want to hear 1, 2, 3, 4, we see you on the main stage at 1:15 after the lunch break, and I tell you the 1, 2, 3, 4 growth hacks curated out of 70 coaching sessions with different people. Okay? If you want to take the slides, if you want to learn more about growth hacking, please visit my new website, growtheurope.com. And there you can get everything. Write me an email like you want. Please move. I can't dance. Sorry. So that's it. Thank you very much. See you at 1:15, please.